Hello everyone, this is Jackie, and I have a couple more art journal pages that I was practicing on. Kagan and I went to Michael's, and I had gotten some adhesive and a little embellishment kit for her recently, and so on this trip she got me a couple of things, you know, to kind of call it even for the things that I'd gotten for her previously. And so I got this because the Artist Loft stuff was on sale, buy one, get one 50% off, and so I went back and got that iridescent medium, and I'll show you, I used it on the other page, and then this copper color, which is really nice, and I used that on this page. And then this is that bronzer, that Heidi Swapp bronzer I was telling you about the other day, and it is super dark. And this is what I used here, super dark, and so it doesn't even really look bronze, it looks almost black. And then I also used, I went ahead and mixed my Lindy's, so I also used the Buccaneer Bay Blue, and this is one of those moon shadow mists, and so that's what I used for the blue part, and I'll hold that up to the camera so you can see the color a little better. And yeah, I think that's it, other than the texture gel for the brick pattern. And the reason I did this was because the stencil, and I was really surprised, Kagan actually picked it out, and it's, let's see, what brand is it? It's the Americana. It's the Americana. You can kind of see a smaller picture of it, and it's the Americana mixed media stencil, and it's called Branching Out, and we got it at Michael's, and we used the 40% off coupon for that, so I was really surprised that she wanted that. I noticed her doodling in a journal. She has a, you know, a writing journal, and I noticed her doodling today, and I said, well, Kagan, why don't you, you know, get some fancy schmancy pens and whatever to you know, do your doodling. So that's why we went to Michael's, for her to pick up some supplies for that. And she did get some pens, but I'm not going to show those. And then she also picked this out. So this, excuse, pardon the glare, this stencil. This is a plaid folk art stencil. And so it has this butterfly and then these flowers. And I don't know what this one's called. I don't know if this one has a name. Oh, Fanciful Butterfly. I don't know what that is on the back. It came like that. So yeah, so I used the branches. And anyway, as I was starting to say, it didn't reach, you know, from the top to the bottom, so I had to do something to offset that. So I decided to use the brick. And you can see what I did was, and I don't know if this was the right way to do it, I sprayed the whole thing with the bronzer. And then I'm like, okay, well, when I spray the Lindy's, how is that going to show up? So what I did is I put the stencil back on, you know, dabbed on some gesso and those exposed parts, and then I was able to spray it with the Lindy's. And, you know, the camera's not going to really pick up how pretty that color really is. But anyway, yeah, so that's that. And then on the bricks, as I mentioned, I used that texture gel. Love that stuff. And then I went with the makeup sponge and put the copper on the brick pattern. So that was that. And then I had some texture paste still left on my palette knife, or whatever you call that thing. And so I didn't want to waste it, so I just kind of smeared it onto another page. And so, you know, you really can't see it, but you can feel it. And so this is that iridescent medium. As you can see, I really love that. And it does have a texture. It's subtle, but it's mostly the shimmer. And this is the page that I used, the Lindy's Cosmopolitan Pink. And so it's a little bit of a peachy pink. So really pretty. And I also used the embossing powder, but I just stamped onto a recycled packaging. You're not really going to be able to see that, but, well, there you go. You can see it a little bit, how pretty that is. And I just stamped onto some packaging and cut it out. And I used that stamp. This ditto. So it's really pretty, super iridescent. And I don't know, it'll find its way onto one of these canvases at some point. So yeah, so I was really excited, got to play with some more supplies. Oh, and I also got this. It was $4.99 on clearance for $4.99. Sorry for the glare. So these little cupcakes. I wanted to get something cupcake for my niece's canvas, but I couldn't really find anything. But I'm thinking I could probably fussy cut one of the cupcakes out and just use it on the canvas, you know, for some dimension, or, you know, maybe a little bit, a little strip of it or something. So that was the thought process behind that. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. Bye.